I am about to teach you how to never get type 2 diabetes. And if you have it already, don't worry. These 6 principles I will talk about can help you reverse it too. Today, I'm going to show you 6 cutting edge strategies that most doctors don't even talk about. They are backed by peer reviewed research and they work, even if you've been told that you will have high blood sugar levels forever. Not to brag, but my HOMA-IR score, a test that measures insulin resistance, is zero point 0.8. The borderline cutoff for insulin resistance is 2.4. So I am 3 times below what's even considered at risk, meaning that my cells are highly insulin sensitive and my metabolism is running as it should. My insulin and glucose numbers are fantastic, partly because I've been using these 6 strategies for the last few years. Just for reference, the average HOMA-IR in the US is 2.1, which means that as a population, we are heading towards insulin resistance. So if you are over 35, you have gained weight around your midsection, if you get tired after meals, or diabetes runs in your family, then this video is for you. The first strategy works by giving your body a daily insulin reset. And I'll show you the easiest way to do it without feeling hungry. And the last tip can lower your blood sugar as effectively as prescription medication by activating your body's master metabolic switch. The strategies that I'm about to show you target the root cause, not just the symptoms. And the research behind them is so new that most doctors don't even know about them yet. But between you and me, I don't think that most doctors will teach you this because the medical system focuses on controlling symptoms through pharmaceutical means instead of tackling the root cause through lifestyle habits. But that's a topic for a different video. So let's get started. Number 1, the Effortless 16-8 fast, or what I call the daily insulin reset. Most people think that intermittent fasting is about starving yourself. That's completely wrong. When done right, 16-8 fasting is the easiest thing you'll do. And it's one of the most powerful ways to prevent and reverse diabetes. Here's a secret. You're already fasting 8 to 10 hours while you sleep. We're just extending that by a few hours. So here is the effortless approach. Instead of thinking, I can't eat for 16 hours, think, I'm just skipping breakfast and having my first meal 1 hour before lunch. So here's my foolproof 16-8 schedule. Last meal is at 7 p.m. So that is the time that you finish dinner. Then I sleep from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. That right there is 8 hours of fasting. In the morning, I hydrate with 8 to 10 ounces of water, and then I drink black coffee or green tea, whatever I'm feeling that day. This helps you extend your fast to 16 hours without the hunger pains. And then my first meal is at 11 a.m. That's when I break fast. And it also marks the start of your eating window from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., which is a total of 8 hours. Now, I'm not just making this up. Everything that I tell you in this channel is deeply rooted in science. A 2024 randomized controlled trial published in the Journal of Diabetes Investigation found that adults with type 2 diabetes who followed a 16-8 intermittent fasting schedule 3 times per week for 12 weeks lowered their fasting blood sugar by about 30 milligrams per deciliter, reduced their A1C, and improved their cholesterol and triglyceride levels compared to controls. So what is the mechanism of action here? When you're not constantly eating, your insulin levels stay low for extended periods of time. This allows your cells to reset and become more sensitive to insulin again. It's like giving your pancreas a daily vacation. So here are some pro tips to make it effortless. Start with a 12-12 fast. That means 12 hours of fasting and a 12-hour eating window. Then gradually extend it to the 16-8 approach that I just described. Drink water, black coffee, or herbal teas during your fast. Keep yourself busy in the morning. Most hunger is just habit. And your first meal, when you break fast, should be fiber and protein rich to prevent overeating. The best part is that in 3 to 5 days, you won't even feel hungry in the mornings. Your body adapts and starts burning fat for fuel instead of craving food. In the next tip, I will actually tell you how to break your fast and improve your blood sugar levels. So, tip number 2, strategic fiber loading, also known as the blood sugar buffer. And here's how you're gonna make it happen. Since you're eating in an 8-hour window, maximizing fiber intake during this time becomes crucial to prevent diabetes and maintain proper blood sugar levels throughout the day. Now, here's the kicker. Most people only get 15 grams of fiber per day. But if you want to prevent diabetes or get better blood sugar numbers if you have diabetes already, you need to aim for at least 40 grams of fiber per day. Again, rock hard science to back this up. A 2024 systematic review published in the World Journal of Diabetes found that consuming around 30 to 50 grams of dietary fiber per day significantly improved blood sugar control, A1C, and cholesterol levels in people with type 2 diabetes, and was associated with up to a 48% lower risk of premature mortality. So, what is the mechanism of action here? Fiber slows down glucose absorption into your bloodstream. It also feeds your gut bacteria that produce something called short chain fatty acids, which improve insulin sensitivity. And it lowers inflammation that interferes with glucose metabolism. So here's my strategic fiber loading approach. My first meal around 11 a.m. is the fiber protein foundation. This breakfast gives me about 35 grams of protein and about 30 grams of fiber. You have to pick a high fiber toast like Ezekiel or sprouted grain bread. That alone gives you 5 grams of fiber per slice and 5 grams of protein per slice. Personally, I like to mash an avocado with some chickpeas. Half a medium avocado gives you about 5 grams of fiber, and it gives you healthy fats to slow glucose release. But there's almost no protein in there. However, the chickpeas gives you 6 grams of fiber and 7 grams of protein. I also like to have mixed berries on the side with some plain Greek yogurt, which gives you about 15 grams of protein and about 5 grams of fiber from the berries, depending on which berries you eat. And for extra satiety and fiber, I sprinkle some flaxseed on top of my Greek yogurt and some hemp seeds on top of my toast. If you eat eggs, no problem. You can add 2 whole eggs and 1 extra egg white for extra protein, but still make sure that fiber dominates your plate. See how easy it is to hit your fiber goals before noon? If you keep this momentum going and focus on high fiber foods for the rest of the day, such as beans, veggies, whole grains, and fruits, you will have no problem reaching 40 grams of fiber per day, and you will be able to prevent and reverse insulin resistance. If you need some inspiration for meal ideas, go ahead and comment guide below, and I'll send you 3 meal plans to choose from so you can continue eating high fiber foods. Now, let's go ahead and optimize your gut microbiome so we can put all of that fiber to good use. So here is tip number 3, gut microbiome optimization plus targeted probiotics, or what I call building your bacterial army. Your gut contains trillions of bacteria that directly control blood sugar. The right bacteria can prevent diabetes. The wrong bacteria can cause it. A 2025 study in Scientific Reports showed that people who eat more gut-friendly foods like fiber, whole grains, soy, and fermented foods had up to a 23% lower risk of diabetes, thanks to a healthier gut microbiome that boosts insulin sensitivity and lowers inflammation. Like I said before, beneficial bacteria produce something called short chain fatty acids that improve insulin sensitivity. They also strengthen your gut lining, reducing inflammation that leads to insulin resistance. Here are the key bacteria for diabetes prevention. First, we have Lactobacillus plantarum, also known as LP115. It supports healthy fasting glucose and helps maintain gut barrier integrity. Then we have Bifidobacterium lactis, also known as BL04. It produces beneficial short-chain fatty acids that nourish gut cells and aid glucose metabolism. And lastly, we have Lactobacillus acidophilus, also known as LA14. It improves carbohydrate metabolism and insulin sensitivity. Here's how to optimize your microbiome. Feed the good bacteria. Eat prebiotic foods like artichokes, garlic, onions, and asparagus. Also eat fermented foods like sauerkraut, kefir, kimchi, or miso. But also you have to focus on starving the bad bacteria. So avoid artificial sweeteners like saccharin, which they've been shown to kill the good bacteria, and limit processed foods and added sugars. Lastly, add targeted supplementation. While food sources are important, sometimes you need reinforcements, especially if your diet hasn't been the healthiest lately. You've taken antibiotics, diet sodas, or fried foods. I personally take a high quality probiotic with at least 60 billion CFUs, colony forming units, and I take it daily. Here's what to look for a probiotic like the one that I take. Find one that contains at least 60 billion plus colony forming units, contains multiple strains, at least 4 to 5. It's third party tested for purity and potency, and it's encapsulated in delayed release capsules, so it survives the stomach acid. I take mine once a day with my first bite of food during lunchtime. That's it. And the one that I take will be linked below this video. Jade Supplements Probiotics. Here's my daily microbiome protocol that you can follow as well. In the morning, I have my high fiber, high protein breakfast. At lunchtime, I have my high quality probiotic supplement, and I eat fermented foods like kimchi with my lunch. And throughout the day, I eat prebiotic rich foods with every meal. Now, let's make sure that we target multiple pathways involved in glucose metabolism with the next tip. Number 4, polyphenol cycling. Different colored plants contain different polyphenols that protect against diabetes in unique ways. The key is cycling through different colors throughout the week. A large meta-analysis of 28 prospective cohort studies, over 1.1 million non-diabetic participants, found that those with the highest dietary polyphenol intake had about a 33% lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes compared to those with the lowest intake. It's almost unequivocal at this point that consuming plant-based foods that are high in polyphenol content is one of the best things that you can do for your health. These compounds don't just act as antioxidants. They directly influence how your body handles glucose and inflammation. Different polyphenols target different pathways involved in glucose metabolism. Anthocyanins, for example, found in purple and blue foods like berries, improve insulin signaling. Quercetin, found in yellow and green foods like onions and leafy greens, reduces inflammation. And resveratrol in red and purple foods like grapes activates longevity pathways that enhance mitochondrial function and metabolic health. To make it simple, just rotate through polyphenol rich foods every week. Think blueberries, grapes, dark leafy greens, onions, apples, green tea, coffee, and even fermented soy like miso or tempeh. Hitting a variety of colors and sources throughout the week ensures that you're feeding your gut microbiome, improving insulin sensitivity, and protecting against chronic disease, all without overthinking it. The goal is variety, not perfection. Even adding one new colored plant per week is progress. Get our free guide with lots of polyphenol containing recipes by leaving a comment with the word guide. I will then reply with a link to download it for free. Number 5, stress resilience plus ashwagandha, also known as the cortisol controller. Chronic stress is one of the fastest ways to develop diabetes, but it's not about eliminating stress. It's about building resilience to it and controlling cortisol-induced high blood sugar. If you didn't know, chronic stress elevates cortisol, which is a hormone that tells your liver to pump glucose into the bloodstream. Stress resilience training activates the parasympathetic nervous system, lowering cortisol and improving insulin sensitivity. So here's my stress resilience protocol. I do this daily for 5 minutes, each of the ones that I'm about to tell you. In the morning, I write down gratitude statements, usually 3 to 5 things that I am grateful for, and I meditate on them for 3 to 4 minutes. For example, one of the things that I write down every morning is that I am very grateful to teach millions of people how to improve their health. What are you grateful for? Now, around midday, for 5 to 10 minutes, I try to go on a walk outdoors. And in the evening, I do a 5-minute deep breathing routine. This is simple. You just have to lay down on your bed before you close your eyes, but consciously breathe deeply for 5 minutes. I know it sounds woo-woo, but hey, it works, and there's lots of science to back this up. Now, you can also reduce stress levels directly with ashwagandha supplementation. Ashwagandha is one of the most researched adaptogens for cortisol control and blood sugar management. Meta-analyses indicate that ashwagandha supplementation may significantly reduce cortisol levels in stressed adults and improve glucose metabolism and insulin resistance in people with metabolic impairments. My ashwagandha protocol is 655 milligrams per day, and the timing is simple. Just take it 1 hour before bed. It helps with sleep and overnight cortisol regulation. The one I personally take will be linked below this video. And last but not least, number 6, targeted AMPK activation. AMPK is your body's master metabolic switch. When activated, it tells your body to burn fat and glucose for energy while improving insulin sensitivity. And there's one natural compound that activates AMPK better than anything else out there: berberine. The reason why berberine has gotten so much attention lately is because it activates multiple pathways in your body simultaneously, which is why you see benefits for blood sugar, cholesterol, weight management, and all coming from one compound. But here's what's important to understand. Not all berberine supplements are the same, and how you take it makes a huge difference whether it works or not. First, let me break down the research to show you what berberine can actually do for you. Studies have shown that it can lower blood sugar as effectively as metformin, which is a prescription diabetes medication. In this study, efficacy of berberine in patients with type 2 diabetes, the researchers found the following. Compared with metformin, berberine exhibited an identical effect in the regulation of glucose metabolism, such as HbA1c, fasting blood glucose, post-meal blood glucose, fasting insulin, and postprandial insulin. In the regulation of lipid metabolism, berberine activity is better than metformin. By week 13, triglycerides and total cholesterol in the berberine group had decreased and were significantly lower than the metformin group. Interesting, right? So it helps with cholesterol too? Yes, it actually helps your liver work like a more effective recycling plant, processing cholesterol better and keeping your arteries clean. In this study, efficacy of berberine alone and in combination for the treatment of hyperlipidemia, a systematic review, the researchers found the following. Overall, the majority of evaluated articles consistently suggest that berberine has a beneficial effect on LDL, reductions ranging from approximately 20 to 50 milligrams per deciliter, and triglycerides, reductions ranging from approximately 25 to 55 milligrams per deciliter. Favorable results have been demonstrated compared with both placebo and active controls. Amazing, right? But the most important benefit is that berberine helps your cells actually listen to insulin again. It's like fixing a broken phone between your pancreas and your cells. In this review article, addressing the preventive and therapeutic perspective of berberine against diabetes, the researchers found that berberine-mediated activation of AMPK pathway in different tissues, including skeletal muscles and adipose tissues, leads to insulin sensitivity and eventually reduces obesity. Activation of AMPK pathway leads to a decrease in blood glucose concentration along with enhanced glucose uptake by skeletal muscles. Pretty incredible, right? We should all strive to become more insulin sensitive, and berberine can help you achieve just that. So here's my berberine protocol. Dosage: 600 milligrams twice a day. Timing: taken with breakfast or lunch and dinner. I usually take 1 capsule and then start my meal. Form: berberine hydrochloride, also known as berberine HCl. This is the most studied form, the one that has been used in all randomized controlled trials in which humans exhibited benefits from taking berberine. Duration: take it consistently for at least 12 weeks. The berberine I personally take is pharmaceutical grade, third-party tested, and properly dosed. It's linked below this video with a discount code. Each capsule is 600 milligrams. 2 capsules is 1200 milligrams, which is considered a serving. So take 1 capsule in the morning and 1 capsule in the evening. Again, the link will be below this video. This isn't just a supplement. It's a metabolic game changer that works at a cellular level to prevent and reverse insulin resistance. To recap, here are 6 ways to never get type 2 diabetes or reverse it. Number 1, effortless 16/8 fasting. Skip breakfast, eat from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. This will give your insulin system a daily reset. Number 2, strategic fiber loading, also known as creating the blood sugar buffer. Eat at least 40 grams of fiber per day. Simple. If you need a guide, comment guide below and I'll send you free meal plans. Number 3, gut optimization and probiotics. Feed the good bacteria with prebiotic containing foods and supplement with a 60 billion plus CFU probiotic. Number 4, polyphenol cycling. Different colored plants each day. Each color targets different diabetes pathways. Number 5, stress resilience plus ashwagandha. Daily stress management techniques plus 655 milligrams of ashwagandha 1 hour before bed. And number 6, AMPK activation with berberine. 600 milligrams twice daily with meals. Activates your metabolic master switch to help you clear blood sugar faster. These aren't your typical diabetes prevention tips. They are cutting-edge strategies based on the latest evidence that work whether you are preventing diabetes or if you already have it. The best part is that you don't need to pick all 6. Pick 2 or 3 that fit your lifestyle and start there. Even one of these strategies can significantly reduce your blood sugar levels and improve insulin sensitivity. Now, I have a question for you. Which of these 6 strategies are you the most excited to implement? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one. If this video helped you in any way, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. You've got this. Let's prevent or even reverse type 2 diabetes with the latest science. You've got this. Take care. See you in the next video.